And welcome back to the channel here, everybody, with this LSO 22 Custom League. And we will start this episode here, a little bit of a shorter episode for you in this series. But we start the episode off with some injury updates from around the league. And a big injury here, one of the bigger ones that we've had this season, is a injury here to Justin Verlander, a shoulder separation. So he's going to be out for a couple of months. He's going to miss, quite a few starts with that injury. So we start off with that kind of injury news there to begin this episode here, as we are focused on the Charlotte Cougars in this episode, and specifically with Nestor Cortes Jr. in this ball game as a extra inning loss here to Columbus, and 15 innings in that one as you look at that box score. Then another big injury here, this one even bigger than the Verlander injury, is Carlos Correa for the Colorado Rattlers. Gets injured in today's action and fractured a leg, so he's going to be out for a couple of months there, 2 to 3 months of the season. That's a pretty big injury right there for the Colorado Rattlers. I mean, he's one of their key guys on offense on that team. And then Carson Kelly as well, a catcher for the Chinooks. The starting catcher for the Chinooks gets injured for a month or two as well. Shohei Ohtani is back. After the last episode, he got injured in that start that he had. Only pitched, a couple of innings, but he bounced back, and he is back to being on the mound again. And the Charlotte Cougars, after that extra inning of defeats, have won a couple of games in a row here. And this one, their offense was really incredible in this game. It's 2 home runs in this game from Nelson Cruz. He had 6 total RBIs. Joey Gallo also had 4 total RBIs in the game with a home run. Maybe a grand slam for him, but really crazy stuff there with the offense. And, I mean, that's what this team has struggled with, has been their offense all year. So, their pitching has been good, but their offense hasn't really been that productive. So that was a good game for their offense. But here is a look at Nestor Cortes Jr. Now, in real life, for the New York Yankees, he was definitely one of their better pitchers last season. So, his ratings, he was around a 70 overall when I booted up this franchise, and so I have increased his ratings and his potential manually here, and he is a 75 overall here at 27 years old, and he has been excellent so far in his first few starts this season. 5 games, started 29 innings, and has allowed only 6 runs, 21 strikeouts, a 1.86 ERA, and a 1.24 whip with 26 hits allowed. So definitely a really good start to the season for, a guy that is young and up and coming in the league. So we're going to have a player lock game pitching with him here, and then we're going to have a couple of other critical situations as well later on in this game. So just kind of ignore the background of the stadium here for the moment. It will fix itself once we start this game. But there is a look at the Cardinals here as they walk out onto the field. And Columbus right now sitting at a game above 500, 17 and 16. And their star player right now is Trey Turner, who is on, the last year of his contract, which might be interesting in free agency in the offseason. But he has been unreal, one of the best hitters in the league, batting .341 so far. 971 OPS, 6 homers, and 21 ribbies, and 129 at-bats. So that's definitely the biggest guy to look out for this offense for the Cardinals. There's a look at Steven Brault's stats here through 6 starts. Now, we're not focusing on him. We're not pitching with him in this game, but just looking at his stats. We go to the bottom of the first, though, and here's Randy Arozarena, 264 on the average with 5 homers and 14 ribbies so far in the season for him. And he will swing and fly a ball into right field there, and the right fielder is going to settle under it to make the catch. So Cortes gets the first down here right away in a few pitches, and we're going to look at this starting lineup here. And you got Randy Arozarena there batting first, Andy Ibanez batting second, Trey Turner, the star of their show there, batting third, Mitch Haniger fourth, Jesus Aguilar, Randall Grichuk, Todd Frazier, Rougned Odor, and then Thomas Nido. They are all batting around 270 in the bottom part of their order, and that's that's a decent. I mean, the lineup has been okay. I think their lineup overall is okay. This is just a, probably going to be a 500 team for most of the season, I would expect. Not anything super crazy with this roster, but that is a catch made by Joan Lawler there at shortstop for Charlotte. As we go to the bottom of the second, still no score, but here's Mitch Haniger. 5 homers, 17 RBIs for him so far this season with a 776 OPS. 0-2 count is a swing and a miss there, and a high fastball. And there's the first strikeout of the game for Cortes, and I do think it is Mother's Day on this game here. I didn't even know that going into the game and playing it, but you see the pink bats there for the Cardinals, so I'm pretty sure it's Mother's Day here in our franchise at this point, so kind of a cool thing there to notice. But now 2 down in the inning for Randall Grichuk here, and he is going to swing and punch a ball into the outfield and into center for a single, so there's the first hit of this game allowed by Cortes. Now here is Todd Frazier, an older player certainly here for Columbus, and so far, 267 average, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. That's not a bad start to his season. 2-0 count on him here, 0-4 in his last game, and there's going to be a swing, and that ball is going to be driven into the outfield here and into left. So now back-to-back, 2-out hits here in the second inning, bring up Rougned Odor, who is batting .270 so far this year, and he pops it up down the third base line and into foul territory. Third baseman there, Justin Turner, I believe at third base for this squad, makes that catch, and so a couple of hits in that inning squandered for Ohio. That was a great pitch there inside, and it does exactly what Cortes wanted it to do there. 3 homers and 10 RBIs for Thomas Nido as he starts the third inning in a 1-0 game. 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss, and a cutter at 85 by Cortes. That was a really good pitch right there. So now we go top of the order again, and here's Randy Arozarena up for his second at-bat of the night. 2-1, ground ball, and oh, what a stop by Cortes, and he will make the throw to first base. That was a fancy play right there. Good glove work from the pitcher. So now 2 down in the inning here for Andy Ibanez. And he is going to ground it up the middle, and it's stopped by Lawler. Good play there as a good pick at first base ends the third inning here. So still only 1-0. I go bottom of the fourth. Their score remains the same. Here's Trey Turner up. And Turner is going to drive one into the gap here, and that ball is going to get down. And that ball is going to bounce off the top of the wall, and Trey Turner, he is going to stop at second base. So Turner gets the first extra base hit of this game for the Columbus Cardinals here. His 10th double of the season already. And, I mean, he just continues to be one of the better hitters in the league right now. So, now a little bit of trouble here. Nobody out for Cortes. He's been very good before in this game. And there is a man now 90 feet away with a stolen base by Trey Turner, his 8th of the season. And I mean, one of the few guys that you would feel really confident actually stealing third base, and it's definitely him. So now 1-2, and Haniger is a swing and a miss. That was a pretty filthy off-speed pitch right there by Cortes. So there's a big out number 1. As we look at this pitch sequence here, starting him off with the fastball, a couple of sliders in a row, and then finishes it off with an 81 circle change at the bottom of the zone. Very good location in this appearance so far. Nothing really left over the middle of the plate. And here's Jesus Aguilar. 25 RBIs, 8 home runs, only batting .230 right now, though, to begin the season. The 1-0 is a ground ball. No, line drive that will fall into the outfield. That actually gets past the right fielder here, and Aguilar is going to make it up to second base with a double. One of the few ways that Aguilar would be able to get a double with this 8 speed. But, of course, we know Aguilar very well for the Marlins franchise. As there's a ground ball. That one is going to get on through and into left. Aguilar is trying to go home here. And the throw to the plate is going to be in time. Tag applied. And that will end the fourth inning, excuse me. What a play there by Joey Gallo in left field with a gun to get Jesus Aguilar trying to bite off a little more than he could chew there and go home on that play. Man, I mean, that speed really kills you. That should have been a run right there with almost anybody else, but it is not. And now the offense here for Charlotte is going to have a really good inning here. 2 more runs with a Thomas Vito single. A 5-run top of the 5th inning. And all of a sudden, it is a 6-1 lead for the Charlotte Cougars here on Cortes. Is going to get his 4th K on that pitch. Now here's Randy Rosarena. And he is going to swing and miss at that pitch up in the zone. Cortes was strikeout number 6. And he gets through that 5th inning. 1-2-3. Great pitch right there to Randy Rosarena. And that will be the end of the 5th inning. So probably only one more inning here, maybe for him, as he goes into the bottom of the 6th with 73 pitches on his ledger so far today. And now here's Andy Ibanez at the plate. Still a 6-1 game, but that cutter is driven into the outfield here. The right fielder on his horse, and it's going to get over his glove and over his outstretched arms. They're trying to catch it on a jump, and Ibanez is going to make it all the way to 3rd with a triple. So that was a good swing by Ibanez. Now he's 90 feet away. Mitch Haniger is going to take that off-speed pitch there for a ball. Now a 3-2 count here to Haniger is a ground ball, and that's going to be stopped by the first baseman, but that will be another run here for Ohio, or for Columbus, as the Cardinals now are down 6-2. I should probably change their acronym because I don't actually, they're not they are the Columbus Cardinals, which is in Ohio, but they're not actually the Ohio Cardinals, so I should probably change their acronym here because I keep calling them the Ohio Cardinals, but they're the Columbus Cardinals. As anyway, that is something I just noticed there. But now a walk to Jesus Aguilar brings up Randall Grichuk here, and 90th pitch of the day for Cortes is going to be a ground ball over to first base, and that is going to end the 6th inning right there. Albert Pujols is actually on the field at first base. I don't know if that's the wisest choice. Probably should have him being a DH in this lineup, but either way, that'll end the 6th inning, and that was a really good inning, and that is going to be probably the end of the game for Cortes, and that is going to be it for him. They relieve him after he pitched 6 innings, and he should get, he gets a quality start, and he should get the win here if the bullpen can hold on, as it looks like they will. We go to the 9th, another run here, and Nelson Cruz double 2-run home run by Perez there, and it's a 9-2 win for the Charlotte Cougars. So they kind of dominated the Columbus Cardinals here in this game, and now they set the Cardinals back to 500 again at 17-17, and I think the 13th win of the season for the Cougars in this game. But the winning pitcher is Cortes Jr., and despite that really good ERA, that was actually his first win of the season. So 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, and 2 runs allowed by Cortes Jr. in this game. A really good, solid start for him. And so I like doing these kind of player lock games and player lock scenarios with these pitchers, especially, the young guys, to kind of get you honed in on some guys to look forward to over the course of this franchise here. Now, pace of this franchise will be I want to kind of move a little bit quicker in the next episode, as we're still only, about 40 games into the season, but then you get a look at Cortes Jr.'s line here as we're going to go into the box score. And Perez had that home run. The only one to have a home run in this game, but Jordan Lawler he took a couple of RBIs. It's only his 4th. He only has 4 now this season. He's been struggling as a rookie for sure this year, but Perez had 2 of them. Turner had a couple of RBIs as well. Gallo and Cruz had a couple of RBIs, but the guy we were focused on was Cortes, and he got the win with 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs allowed, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So that ERA did actually rise to a 2.06 ERA, but really good start, and he gets credit for the win. Ross comes in 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So that's the box score there, and now we're going to move on to a critical situation here. We got a couple of critical situations to bring you into, and this one, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, and a scoreless game. Only 5 combined hits from these two teams, as, man, this has been a pitcher's duel right here in this one between the Montreal Expos and the Minneapolis Millers. As 2 down with a man on first for Fernando Tatis, who for some reason takes that fastball right down the middle from Julian Merriweather. And our 1-2 pitch here to Tatis is a ball in the dirt. Will Smith blocks it. Going to second base and reaching second base there is the runner. A wild pitch. So now the winning run is in scoring position. Here comes a full count pitch now to Tatis. And there it is on the corner. A slider for strike 3. And not a necessarily great pitch from Merriweather, but it works out, and Tatis looks at 2 really good pitches right there in that at-bat. And we are going to go into extra innings here in this game, still not at 0. As here is Joey Votto, 0 for 3 in this game. Right now, Caleb Smith is the pitcher for the Millers, and that's a fastball there for strike 2. High and outside. So here comes Caleb Smith with this 2-2 pitch. Let's see where he locates it here. And it's off the top of the zone, and it's strike 3 called. And a great pitch by Smith there. And Joey Votto didn't have anything to say after that one. Yeah, he knew it was there, and he knew he should have swung at it. So a big strikeout there. Now 2 down in the inning for Ryan McMahon. 0 for 1 with a couple of walks in the game. 1-2 to him is a swing and a miss on a slider outside. Great pitch from Will Smith right there. And man, oh man, big time couple of Ks there in that 10th. So now another chance to walk it off for the Millers here. AJ Pollock is walking up to the plate now. 0 for 3 in this game so far. And Merriweather still on the mound here as we go into the 10th inning. And that pitch is outside, just outside. 100-mile-an-hour fastball there. And Merriweather misses, but now the count is 3-0 here. So trying to avoid a base runner. As let's see what he can do. Trying to get in the zone on this 3-0 pitch. And it's ball 4 and a fastball below the zone. So there's your winning run. Is on base now for Chris Bryant, who's only batting .224 this season. 0 for 3 in this game today, but he could redeem that right here with a big-time hit. Here comes a 2-0 pitch from Merriweather. It's a swing and a drive into left field. Gurriel Jr. back, and that ball is gone! Chris Bryant launching a walk-off homer, his 5th long ball of the season, and Minneapolis breaks the tie in the 10th. It is a 2-0 win, and the Millers walk it off. A big-time victory there in a pitcher's duel classic game. Man, good swing by Chris Bryant. And there's a couple of looks at that swing one more time here, as that ball went pretty far, pretty much a no-doubter. And man, a big win there for the Millers. Now I'm not sure what their record is after that win, but I love this field here in Minneapolis. But the loss, Julian Merriweather gets handed the loss, and Caleb Smith gets the win. But a 2-0 final in 10 innings in that one. Only 2 hits allowed all game by Minneapolis' pitching staff. That is pretty impressive right there. So you look at Montreal here, and I mean, not a whole lot of guys to focus on in this box score here. Only 2 hits total in the game, one by Gurriel Jr. and another by Will Smith. But Zach Wheeler, who has been one of the best pitchers in the entire league to begin this season, you think he leads the league in innings pitched and is one of the top ERA leaders right now. He has been ridiculous this season. He pitched 8 scoreless shutdown innings with 8 strikeouts and a 1.48 ERA overall this season. But man, I mean, you pitch that well, and that's not even enough to get the win. That is pretty tragic right there. But Luis Arias had a couple of hits in this game from Minneapolis. Of course, Chris Bryant with that home run, his 5th of the season. He now has 18 RBIs on the year. And then the only other hit for Minneapolis was a base hit from Jonathan India, who is batting .258 this season. So you get a look at those averages right there. And for the most part, you know, you got a couple of guys there in Minneapolis' batting order that are doing better than the rest. But Steven Matz, the starter in this game, there, he pitched 7 scoreless innings, only allowed 2 hits the whole game, 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. That's ridiculous. And then Will Smith, 3 shutdown innings, didn't even allow anything. 3, 9 up, 9 down in that relief appearance for him. So now we go back to the calendar, and that was the 18th win of the season for Minneapolis here, as the Expos are at 19-17 on the year. And so we're just going to simulate a couple of games. Actually, the 17th win for Minneapolis, that wasn't. Sorry, unfortunately, we get another injury update here, and Jeremy Pena, the young guy for the Spiders, just called him up, this month, and he is going to be out for 1 to 2 months with an injury. That is a kind of a big blow to the Spiders. I don't think he was doing all that well this season, but, obviously you don't want a guy like that, a young guy like that, to get hurt, so definitely don't want to see that. But the Millers here take 2 of 3 of the first 3 of this series with a 5-6 win there, and a quick snapshot of what the division looks like in that division there. But we will go into one more critical situation here. Bottom of the 8th, 1 man out, 2 men on, and Zach Britton on the mound with Sean Murphy at the plate for Winnipeg and Oklahoma City. So we're going to hop into this one here. And you see the team rankings there. The Oklahoma City Bison at 24-14. Meanwhile, Minneapolis at 18-20. So, man, the Bison have actually been a surprising team to start the year, and they have been surprisingly good through, the first 38 games of the season so far. As here's Zach Britton facing Tom Murphy, Zach Murphy, and the ball is high in the air at center field. Tommy Pham is at the wall, and it's gone! Huge home run from Sean Murphy. His 5th of the season, and the lead is going to go right back to the Bison here. They are up 4-2, a 3-run jack. And, man, a big-time swing. I mean, only a couple of pitches into this quick managing situation here. 371 on the distance by Sean Murphy. What a monster homer. So now OKC has a 2-1 advantage, and that ball is driven out deep over into the outfield, and Bryce Harper cannot get it. It's going to go over that short wall out there in right field, and Carlos Santana has a double here in his pocket, a ground rule double, to now set up possibly more run support in this situation. But now we're going to go to Chad Green. Zach Britton did not do his job very well, and Chad Green has been ridiculously good in 11 innings this season. He's 11 of 11 in save opportunities, and a 200 average against both lefties and righties. Has not walked anybody yet, so I would say that's been pretty good for him this season. There's a ground ball to Castro. That will be a out. The runner moves up to third base. And so now 2 down, man on third. Again, I want a base hit here to extend the lead any further. Novi Marte is up for OKC. And there is on the corner. Great pitch by Chad Green. That is strike 3. But Sean Murphy, man, how about that? A monster swing, the 8th hit of the game, or the 7th hit of the game for the Bison. Might prove to be their most important, as they are now in control, up by 2, with one of the better closers in the league right now coming up to close the door, and it's Raisel Iglesias, who has been a perfect 13 of 13 for save opportunities in 14 innings, and has allowed like 1 run, I think, in 14 innings so far. He has been ridiculous. So, man, a tall task for Winnipeg. It is their top of their batting order here, though, so, if anybody could get it done, it would be this part of their batting order. That's a ground ball right up to Sean Murphy, who makes the play for the first out, and now 1 down in the inning. So, big first out there by Iglesias. Now here comes Bryce Harper. A double and a single in this game. He's 6 for 10 in this series, but he's down to him for the last out. And that ball is inside for ball 3. The count is 3-0 with Nick Castellanos sitting on deck. And yeah, Castellanos is really good, so definitely don't want to put Bryce Harper on base right now here. So let's see what Iglesias comes with this 3-0 pitch. And there is a strike on the inside corner. So he does come back, put one in the zone. Now the count is full to Harper. Here comes the 3-2. It's a ground ball to the only guy on that side of the infield, and Manny Machado, who throws it over to first base to get the final out. And OKC will win this game here. They are going to get their 25th win of the season. They are now 25-14. And meanwhile, 18-21 for the Winnipeg Wizards here in this season so far. And a big 2-4 victory. Of course, Sean Murphy with that home run there. But that is going to be kind of a wrap on this episode. I know it's shorter for, this franchise and the style I usually do longer, like 30, 45-minute episodes at least. But we're setting up for the reason that I wanted to showcase the Bison in this critical situation was because we will actually focus on a full game with them next episode, because they are again having a really good start to their season here, and they will be playing the Mexico City Diablos, who are in that division. And I know we've seen the Diablos a lot, but just stay tuned because the next episode is going to be really good. The Diablos are, they played in another crazy game. I don't know how they keep doing it, but they just find the best games to play in so far this season. So it's going to be a really good game between Oklahoma City and the Diablos in Mexico City next time. So don't, go anywhere. Make sure you're subscribed so you know when that video is coming out. Castellanos was his 22nd RBI of the season, and Keibert Ruiz with his 13th of the season there. As you look at the pitching for Winnipeg, and those are the lineup for Oklahoma City, and really good averages on that team. I mean, the lowest average is 239 for Tony Kemp, but everybody else is over 250. So that's really one of the biggest reasons of this team's success so far, is that their lineup has actually been very good to begin the year. So that'll do it for me here in this episode, guys. We will have a Marlins franchise video next time on, or no, we will have another episode of this series next time on the channel. I don't know why I said that, but we'll have a game between OKC and Mexico City, and we'll have another game between Chicago and Vancouver as well for next episode. But thank you all for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.